Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mandango, and we're back again with another video. This time, I'm bringing you another comic book haul. There's 12 single issues and 10 mangas. Well, 10 hardcovers, mangas, graphic novels, and an action novel, or two action novels here. And first off the list is Dead Demons. Now, I bought this because I had Dead Demons #3, and this is Dead Demons #1. And I bought it for that reason. I didn't want to read before not knowing anything about it. So I picked it up, and I said, yes, let's start from the beginning. Let's see what this book is all about. But from the back, what I understood is that there's an alien invasion, and these college students are ready to fight. So if you guys have read it, if you guys know anything about it, just comment down below. Let me know. Here's a little preview of the art. So yes, I'll be definitely reading that. Excuse me. The next one is Aharu Ride, Volume 2. Now, I picked up Volume 1 a while back, before I really started doing these videos. And I picked it up, and Volume 1 was pretty interesting. If you haven't read it, I won't spoil too much about it, but it takes place in like high school, I want to say. No, I think it was middle school or high school. It takes place in school, and so this girl, she doesn't like many boys until she comes across one boy and really falls in love with the boy. The boy moves to a different city, to a different school, and years have gone by, and he comes back. And the girl's like, whoa, I recognize you. I can't believe all these years, It hasn't, I think it was middle school when they started, and then they go back to high school. But he's I think he has a twin. I think that's, I remember. He has a twin, and then so the girl gets both of them confused. And so this is Volume 2 of that by Io Sakisaka. And the next one is So Zombie. Now, reading the back of the book, this is Volume 1. Reading the back of the book, I am like, okay, pretty interesting. So, a zombie boy isn't your average kid, and while being a zombie may not seem like an ideal lifestyle at first, you be amazed by what this little guy is capable of doing. And so, yeah, it's, So Zombie #1. It's kind of like the story of Pinocchio, and I picked it up. I thought it was fun. Now the next one is Undead Messiah Volume 2 by published Tokyo Pop. I'm sorry. And then if you guys seen the last, I have a review on this channel, review #1. That's when I started doing the videos, and I was, fresh. I was a rookie, newbie, whatever you want to call it. I'm still new to all this, and that was just like my first video, my first 3 videos I posted. And as you can see, from that time to this time, like when I was recording, you can see the bars, the black bars on the side, rookie mistake. So I learned from that, and I'm learning every day, and I'm getting better at this to make better videos for you guys. So this is Undead Messiah Volume 2, and I can't wait to read it. I've been waiting for this. It was pushed back from the original release date, and now, it's here. So I just can't wait to start reading it. The next one is Astra Lost in Space, Volume 5. I haven't read the other ones. Like I said, I buy the books, and if I like the book, sometimes I can't get the first volume. Like this one is already in Volume 5, so I just have to go back, and that's not a big problem. If the story is good, I don't mind backtracking. But if the story's not good, forget it. That's where we draw the line. But I mean, it's something that is going to be pretty interesting. Something space, aliens, sci-fi. Now the next one, this one caught my eye just by the title alone. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. And so what I read from the back is that this high school boy finds the diary of a classmate only to discover that the classmate is dying from a pancreatic disease. So, you know, I just picked it up by the title, and I haven't read it. This is actual novel. This is an actual novel. This is not a manga, not a graphic, whatever. It's just actual novel. Now the next one, I seen it. I picked it up. Same from the title alone. I moved to Los Angeles to work in animation. Now this is an actual graphic novel, and basically what I read from the back is just that this girl comes to LA to pursue her dreams. The title alone says it, but we just have to dig deep and find out what it is. Now this one, I got this on Barnes & Noble. They had a special going on. I think it was after, what was it? Well, it was last week. I picked up all these books last week, and this one was on sale. Original price, I believe, is $20. Yeah, $20 original price, but it was going for like $12, and I'm like, why not? Because if you go to Barnes & Noble, if you've been there, you can see that, it's a little expensive, but if you like reading and if you find what you want, you can definitely spend whatever you want. So basically, I picked up this book in the library, and what I read, the first 3 chapters were pretty amazing. The first 3 chapters what I read was that there was this white cop, a white cop, and then black kids. And one of them was they were driving the car, and one of the police officers comes, and he does his routine. He's like hands in the air, all that. The guy, I think the kid tries to go get something in his pockets, and the officer thinks that it's a weapon. So the white officer starts shooting the boy or the teenager. The teenager ends up dying. And so this is a book by Angie Thomas. So I haven't read it. I just picked it up from the library. I only read 3 chapters, and as you know, the library, they only give you 2 weeks to read stuff. And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm just gonna buy this book. I really like these 3 chapters, so we're gonna go on with that. Now the next one is, before you guys judge me, Mad Love, Harley Quinn. Now, I picked it up, because if you read the comics and you're like, all right, the comics are pretty good. I personally don't like Harley Quinn when I read the comics. It's just her way of speaking. I just don't like. I don't get it. Like, I'm reading the whole comic book, but she has a southern accent. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the southern accent is just so hard to understand, and it's just like she's so crazy. So, I don't like the comic books, but I picked it up because the only reason I picked it up was because there are 3 books coming out. I missed out on the first one, and I'm trying to get it. The first one was The Killing Joke. So it's basically an adaptation of the graphic novel, but in a novel form. And so the first one is Killing Joke. This one is Mad Love. And then the third one will be The Court of Owls. I think it's coming out next year. And, I like I said, I like to read. And so I wanted to see what all this was about. And yeah. But the first one, The Killing Joke, I seen negative reviews about it, and we'll see how it goes. Now the last one, this is the last one for the hardcovers. This is Share, Revolutionary Life. It's a graphic novel, and if you guys don't know Share, it's I believe he was an Argentinian. I don't want to get it mistaken, but a legend unmatched in the modern world since his assassination in 1967 at the age of 39. The Argentine revolutionary has become an internationally recognized icon. So here's a little preview of the art. This is a thick book. This is by far one of the biggest graphic novels I have seen, because I haven't read it yet, but I have seen. But supposedly it's about his life. I wanted to see how many pages were there. There's a total of, say we're going already to the 400s. There is a total of 421 pages. So like I said, it's a pretty thick book. It's a thick book, and I just can't wait to read it. I most definitely learned something about Share. And now, onto my single issues. These are the single issues I pulled 2 weeks. So every Saturday, this is what I'm gonna do. I recognize that every Wednesday we have new comic book day, and I don't pick up the comic books on Wednesday. I just wait because I have so many things ordered on preview books from preview books, and so what I do is I just wait for Saturday, and then that's when I buy comic books, graphic novels, mangas, anything basically that I can grab, anything that is in my pull list. But this is Unnatural, issue number 5 by Mirka Andolfo. And I picked up the single issues. I picked up the single issues. They were on sale on digital, and the story was pretty okay. It was interesting, but don't get mistaken. This is a pig dressed all sexy. Don't let it confuse you, but it is what it is. The next one is Heroes in Crisis, number 3. And the next one is Super Sons, number 5. The next one is Burnouts, issue number 3. And if you guys haven't seen the review, I posted a review on this channel talking about issue number 2. And so, yeah, go check it out. I didn't know what Burnouts was until I read this comic book. And Burnouts is basically a person smoking weed. I think they call them posters. I don't know. I don't smoke, so I wouldn't know. The next one is Burnouts, issue number 1. And this is where I find out everything about the, who they are, who these people are, why they're smoking weed and all that. And I'll do a review later on today. I'll post up the video later on today, so keep an eye on that. The next one is The Walking Dead, issue 186. And I have to say, wow. Like I said, I don't want to sound like a broken player, but I picked up the Walking Dead box set that was $200. It came with 3 companions, and it came with I Am Negan, or The Story of Negan. And I haven't read it. I'm almost done with the first companion, and I just gotta say, wow, the governor in the show, they make the governor look like a baby compared to the graphic novel. Or to the comic book, because in the first companion, the governor is just, I don't know how to say it. He's a dog, basically. He ties Michonne, and he has her as a prisoner, but he ties her up, doesn't feed her, doesn't give her anything, no blankets, nothing. He's just rapes her, and that's it. But this one I actually read, and I hate reading these because I haven't read all of them. But now I know who this is. This is Richard. This is Rick, and the way the reason he has no arm. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's just after reading the first companion, the governor chops off the arm, and that's how he becomes with one arm. But yeah, I hate reading these because they spoil so much. Like the previous issue, they spoil Carl and his missing eye, and so I haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, this is issue 186, and man, I just can't believe what they did in this issue. If you haven't picked it up, just go pick it up. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but it's somebody had to die. That's all I have to say. The next one is Old Lady Harley, issue number 2. And yes, I know I said I don't like Harley Quinn, but this, I had to pick it up. I'm like, what is this? What is this about? Old Lady Harley. I read Old Man Hawkeye, Old Man Logan. So I'm like, okay, let's see what DC has for old people. And I'm just going to say this is probably the last issue that I'm going to read of Old Lady Harley because, like I said, I don't like her reading. I don't like the way she's just crazy. And she's beyond crazy. And I don't like that. All right, anyways. Stranger Things, number 3. This is 3 out of 4. And if you guys have seen the show, if you haven't seen the show, go see it. Go watch it. I highly recommend watching the show versus reading the comic book because the show is way better than the comic book. But I'm still picking it up. I'm showing support. But anyways, next is Fantastic Four, issue number 4. And this is when the Fantastic Four returns, and they're waiting a big, round of applause, a big celebration from their town. But the Fantastics, I actually read this. That's why I'm telling you guys. But the Fantastics are in town, and the Fantastics are a whole different kind of superheroes. But the original Fantastic Four, they're disappointed, and they're like, "What is going on? How come nobody's here? We are back. Nobody's celebrating." But apparently, I forgot her name, but it was a villain. She paid all the people. She paid the town to forget about the original Fantastic Four and to just focus on the Fantastics. And they fight crime and everything. So the original Fantastic Four, they're just being put on the sidelines. But later on, in the end, now I won't say a lot, but in the end, they become friends basically. So Fantastic Four, issue number 4. I can't wait for Fantastic Four number 5, the big wedding day, I believe. So yes. The next one is Batgirl, issue 29, and later on I'll do the review. There's some books I read here and some I haven't. And the next one is God of War, issue number 2. And I already did the review. This is the first comic book that I picked up. Well, not picked up, but the one that I actually read and did the review on this channel. And basically the demon bears are back. They're fighting Kratos. Kratos he still doesn't let his anger control him. And his son is just scared. His son is scared. And so Kratos in his thought, he's saying, my son is eventually, he's a coward. So eventually he has to fight it out. But anyways, go check out that video. I just wanted to give you guys a little summary of this. And I believe this is 2 out of 4. I know that because I put out the receipt. I wanted to show you guys how much I spent. But I saw that on the receipt. It's 2 out of 4. It's sad, but it has to come to an end pretty soon. Then the next one, it's X-23 issue 7, and like I said, I haven't read it yet, so later on I'll read it and I'll do the review. But when I started reading comic books, the first comic book, and this is the only reason I keep reading this, but when I started reading comic books about 3-4 months ago, X-23 was the first comic book, or the first series I ever read, and I read throughout the whole series of X-23. And Laura, she's a clone of Wolverine, so I thought it was a pretty good idea, and to me it was new, so everything was fresh, and that's why I'm still buying this series. But anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and on the next one, like I said, we're gonna be reviewing one of these books. All right, thank you guys for stopping by. I'll catch you guys on the next one.